All right, welcome guys. Today we took a little journey out west of Bangkok, came out here to Nakhon Pratom, and we plan on doing a little canal boat tour. So we're supposedly going to go on a little tour that's going to take us out to some lotus plantations and some other stuff like that, and we should be able to go around and have a pretty good day. So let's see what we see. Join me. First thing is this is the area we're at. So here's the canal, and it's just a little canal out here kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there's a temple right next to it, and they have a little business here, and you can see all the what do they call those, the water hyacinths and everything floating on the canal, and some wooden buildings, and they have a little restaurant and stuff here next to the pier, and of course you got some cats. So we're gonna take the longtail. Meow. I know, I see a kitty kitty. Uh-huh. So they have some pretty good sized fish here. But they don't fish this close to the temple. People come out and feed them for merit, so. But those are some nice looking fish. And here's a little restaurant. You can sit right here and eat on the canal banks. It's just a little mom and pop restaurant, so they're in here cooking up some Thai food, cooked to order. And they have a bridge they built that everybody can ride their motorcycles across. So it connects the two sides of the canal for the community. All right, so here's the boat we're gonna take. So the price of the boat is 350 baht. And then they're charging us, for whatever reason, 80 baht each for going to the little activities. All right, so we're off on the boat tour. And right over here is the temple. I'll leave the name of this temple in the description. So if anybody that wants to come and do this boat tour, they can put in the GPS to this temple, and it's right next to it. It's eco-tourism, like agro-tourism or something like that is what they're calling this tour. So it should be fun. We've never done this before, so hopefully we'll have a good time. That so whoever lives in this house can take their motorcycle home. Looks like they do some boat repair and stuff there underneath the building. And you got a monitor lizard right here on the hill, out getting some sun. And over there, just over the little hill, you can't quite see it very well, but it's all the lotuses. I like the longtail though. It's not as loud and obnoxious as those that you see in Bangkok with the big Toyota motors. This one's a lot quieter. Got some coconuts. Can't believe how thick these water hyacinths are though. They're almost clogging up this canal. Looks like this is the first stop. So we're gonna be doing what he said, 4 stops. There's supposed to be 5, but the guy that takes you out on the traditional tractor, the Etan, he's sick today, so we don't get to stop there. Another longtail. Okay, so they dropped us off right here, and we got all these water lilies and lotuses. And they got a whole little, I don't know how you really say, like a field of it, but it's this like huge pond. really quite nice. You walk out on this old bridge to get out here, and you can see all of them. Now they actually eat these lotuses whenever they get big enough. They can, whenever the petals fall off, it makes a little seed pod, and you can dig the seeds out of there and eat it. Kind of tastes like a pea, but a little bit different. And as you can see, they have all the lilies here. I really like water lilies. They're fantastic to see. You got the white ones, the purple ones, and the pink ones. And they're all out in bloom. And the size of the leaves here. These tropical water lilies are amazing. And you got some little tiny fish swimming around in here. And you can see the underwater plants. Really nice. Okay, so what it said on the little data plate up there is that they have 2 different species of lotus here on this farm, and it covers a total of 15 rai, which a rai is bigger than an acre. So, but you can think of it as like 15 acres worth of these lotuses, and they grow them for 4 months, and then they can get in here and they harvest them. There's the pink lotus and a white lotus. And then they do quite a bit of stuff with the leaves and the lotus buds themselves. So we're supposed to be able to learn how to like fold up the lotus leaves and stuff here, but it doesn't look like they're gonna let us today. So this is their version of the garage. You got the longtails right there underneath. And then they can just go right out on the canal and go wherever they need to go. There's a guy up in the tree. I don't know if I can see him or not, but he's up there. He's got a spear and he's doing a little spear fishing from the tree. Okay, so we stop along here and she's going to show us how to make the little rice dessert. So she has some coconut in there, or there's some rice. Made it into a ball, flattened it out, cuts the pattern, and looks like she's going to deep fry it from there. Okay, so then she's going to let it sun dry out there for a little while. And let it sit out there for about 20 minutes and then we'll come back. Okay, after it dries, it'll look just like that. So then you can just eat them like a little chip. Okay, so after it dries, you can just deep fry it. How long? Drain the oil off. Let them cool. So here you have the stuff to eat it with. So you can put a little chili sauce on it. Then they have some shredded pork and some sesame seeds, and you can lather it up and eat it. Going for the pork and the sesame seeds. See, is it any good, bun? Any good? Eat it. Very tasty. All right, so do some of that. Let's try it out. Spicy? Let's see. pretty good. It's not really super spicy. You can't really taste the pork, but it's nice. Has a good flavor. Here's the rice crispy, or the rice cracker recipe. So it has some roots, some garlic, ground pepper, sugar, lots of sugar, a little bit of salt. So you cook the rice, set aside for 20 minutes, then you thrash the rice until smooth, put it in a plastic sheet, smash it down, cut it, then let it sun dry and then fry it. And then you're ready to eat. And then here's the seasoning recipe. So the coriander root, garlic, and ground pepper. Mix the sugar, palm sugar, chili paste, salt, and water together. Heat until sticky and wait until cold. And then it tells you apply the rice, or the sauce on the rice cracker. Bake them in oven 102 hours to less amount of oil, more crispy and longer preservation time. But it's quite nice. I actually kind of like that flavor. It's pretty good. Okay, so we had the little Rice Krispie snacks, the rice snacks. It's pretty good. I enjoyed that. Now this is Ban Saladin floating market. Now it's not what you picture a floating market to be, but most people think of the floating markets as you're actually on the boats, but most floating markets are just built on the shoreline, and then everybody can come up on the canals, and then they can get out here and do their business, do their trading and everything. So we have just the stuff here, and this is all the locals that come in here and they do business right here at this little floating market. Kind of like this. So they made some flower holders out of the bamboo. It's quite nice. I like those. And some honey. And some bananas. Cup. And over here is some curry. Okay, so I have some fruits, the corn, some more bananas and fresh vegetables, and sweaty cap. Some o. A few people out and about. Most of them are eating lunch on the canal. We have the karaoke over there by the dock. And here have the grilled bananas, the goyang. Looks nice for 25 baht. Meat on a stick. The rice snacks and bananas. More of the market. Alright, so we're back in the boat. Our boat driver is taking us down to stop number 3. So let's see what else is down the canal here. That was the little floating market with the restaurants. Kind of a cool little stop, just a small little market. This place is only about, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes or so outside of Bangkok, so not far at all to get over here. It's pretty nice. I've seen these little vines growing, but I've never actually seen the fruit hanging from it. So they have this orange fruit that just comes off the off the vine. Looks like it's green, then it turns orange when it's ripe. But I don't know what to do with it. Maybe they'll show us here. It says here this fruit has 10 times the beta carotene and carrots, 12 times more lycopene than tomatoes, antioxidants to slow down aging, reduce anemia, make the children grow, lower cholesterol, nourishes the eyes, prevents cancer. So it's a wonder fruit. So we have the lady going to show us here. Okay, so I see what it is. So this is a baby jackfruit is what this is. It's managed by this lady, the little farm here. Okay, so here's the fruit cut open. And it says on the side it's a member of the baby jackfruit, but the Thais call it different. They call it jack. So let's taste what it tastes like here.
ทำได้เนี่ยได้จ้ะแต่ต้องคายเม็ดนะคะได้
It's hard to describe what the flavor of the juice is. It's got a good flavor, but it's a little sweet. It's not sour at all. It's all right.
ต้องคายเม็ดนะลูกมันนั่นแล้วมันต้องปรุง
Okay, so you can eat these little seeds here. Okay, so you can eat the seed right out of this, and it has a seed inside of it that you got to spit out. So I described the flavor of that is actually tastes kind of like a watermelon, but it's like a little tangier than a watermelon, but it's all right. There's not a whole lot to it, just mostly seed and a little bit of pulp on the outside. They also have some cookies and the little sweets that they make from the fruit. But here's the little sweet. Yeah, it tastes kind of like a sugary watermelon. And a little cracker. Cracker's good. It's like a kind of like a butter cookie. Let's try the blue one of these. That actually doesn't have much flavor. Those little that third one. Now let's eat this little. Looks like a rice ball with some of that mixed in. That was really good. That had a little coconut taste to it. I like that. I would like to eat those again. So here's the fruit itself. It's got the little spines. They're a little pokey, but not too bad. They even can make soap out of those. So the lady's here. She has some soap that you can buy. Right next to it here has some mango trees. You see the mangoes growing out on the vines. So that's the little farm there. Alright, so our fourth stop will be an Orchid Farm. That should be nice. I like the orchids here. So here they use this big net to fish. They drop it down in the water and let it sit down on the bottom, and then they pull it back up. And they can catch all the little fish from this canal. But I love seeing how these houses are built right onto the water. You don't ever get to see this from the land side. So when you're driving down the road, you don't get to see any of this stuff on the canal itself. So this is really nice. Lady with a little baby out there. Alright, so here we are at the last little stop. We're at the Orchid Farm. As you can see, you got some white and some purple flowers. Now the orchids, they just stick them like in a coconut husk. So they're not in any soil. And they just grow. You just water them, and you water them with like a little spray bottle. I've had a few of these over the years, and they're quite nice. They bloom out, some nice oranges, whatever color. They have more than just the purples and the whites. Looks like they got some more down there at the other end. So it looks like they just flood irrigate right below all the orchids. And the humidity, it's really, really humid in here. But they do have like a little sprinkler also, so they might turn that on every once in a while. But most of it is just the humidity. These orchids are really hardy. They don't need a whole lot to survive. All right, so then they take the orchid flowers and they put them into some little bundles like that. And they sell those for like 15 baht each. So about 50 cents. And they use those at the temples. So you can see they got tons and tons of the flowers. And then they have these others that they wrap in it. We got a whole family operation here. Quite nice. So we was talking to those people sitting there, and they do that every day, all day. So they start in the morning when they get up, and they make those little bouquets of flowers until usually about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And then they sell them to the markets also. So whenever the people are buying them from the market, they come here and get them from them, and then they basically are wholesaling it. And then they do everything. They have the little flowers. They can make it into the little things that they make the blessings at the temple. So they use pretty much everything that's here. So it was kind of fun to see. All right, so that was our last little stop on the canal tour. And let's go back over to the dock where we started out. All right, guys, so that finishes up our little tour of the canal. Now that canal was dug in 1860, so it's quite old, and it serves this whole community here. Anyway, that was pretty fun. It was a little different than I expected. I expected a little bit more of going on the canal, but we stopped and saw some different stuff, which was all right. Got to see the orchids, got to see the lilies, got to try out the little fruit, saw the floating market. Plus, we got to see, how the community lives. Everybody there, you can look in their houses next to the water, see them cooking, see them repairing their boats, see them doing everything that they normally do in their daily life. So if you liked it, guys, make sure you click like and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and share it with your friends. If you like this tour, leave me a little comment down below. I always will answer the questions. And if you want to see something different, let me know also in a comment. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I did. It was fun. It was 350 baht, so whatever, that was all right. So remember, guys, life is a journey, so enjoy.